Coming up on the show today.
Pick this person, you have the similar interests, you have the similar mindset. And I know someone will go like, how do you know all these things without dating for 10 years? Oh, yes. You can know. Yeah. Because we know people by their fruit.
In our zone, like in our life, we should be able to put some boundaries in place. And so if you know that you don't have ulterior motive for this person, don't keep long conversation. I mean, just do it once in a while, then go back to your space so that to avoid all those unnecessary stories, unnecessary conversation, because whether we like it or not, communication actually brings intimacy. Like it brings intimacy. By the time you are with somebody and you see that the temperature is changing gradually, you will know that this thing is moving to another dimension. Like you will know, you will sense it. So those are the moments that just get culture. Call the person.
If as a lady, as a married woman, if your friend out there, your so-called best friend, I'm wondering why it's not your husband that's your best friend, and you have a friend out there as a guy, and that guy is not a friend to your husband, listen, sister, something's wrong. Now, he's coming from a place of, I'm doing this because I really like her, I want to woo her, so on and so forth. But she's also coming from that place of, I know he likes me, but I'm going to milk this one for all that I can get. Listen, that's wrong. Don't do that. Don't do that. Please respect people's feelings. Like, that's just wrong. Straight out wrong, okay?
This is the Maggie McGuy Show.
Well, hey, everybody. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, good whatever time of day it is for you. This is the Maggie McGuy Show on the ongoing series, The Joys and the Woes of Singlehood. And guess what, guys? This is season 3. And this is episode what? Episode number 4. For those of you who do not know about the Maggie McGuy Show, let me ask you right quick, where have you been? And especially about our ongoing series, The Joys and the Woes of Singlehood. Please, I'm sending you straight in my bio. Go there and watch amazing content. The whole aim of this series is to help Christian singles transition into married life if they want to, okay? In a godly fashion without compromising on their faith, their convictions, or even lowering their standards. So we deal with a whole lot. You can see Miss Kerry is on here. She was with us in second season. In January, she brought us an amazing perspective when she unpacked for us life after breakup, because some of us feel like once we've had a breakup in life, our lives are officially over, like it's ended. But that's not the case, because guess what? She's right here. She's alive and she's doing well. And God is still doing amazing things for her. Okay? So please feel free to help yourself to all the content on YouTube. Season 1, we had over 50 shows. Season 2, we had over 20, I think nearly 30 shows. This is season 3. This is already 4th episode. And we are about to unpack for you the friend zone.
The Maggie McGuy Show. We'll be right back.
All right, we are unpacking the friend zone. I'm going to get Minister Kerry to just define for us, sis, what exactly is a friend zone? I mean, it doesn't have to be an Oxford Dictionary, definition, but, you can paint pictures, because I think some folk may be like, I don't know, never heard of that term, friend zone. Go for it, sis.
Wow, deep in the friend zone. This is that place where, you see this person or this person sees you as nothing more than platonic friendship. Okay. So they don't see you as a woman. Like they see, okay, your opposite gender, but they don't see you as someone who is a potential partner for them.
Right.
So, so they're looking at you like, that's just my friend. And they will do all sorts of things for you, not to try to get you out of the friendship, but because they celebrate you as a friend. And
Right.
the friend zone is real.
Yeah.
The friend zone is actually real. Like, it's not like someone is showing you mixed signals. You know, when you really like someone, some people take it as the friend zone, they're being shown mixed signals. No, you're just in the friend zone. And when you're in the friend zone, please prosper in the friend zone.
Yeah.
Like, don't think about it any other way. Until verbatim you are moved out of the friend zone.
Yeah.
Don't assume because this person did this for you or they did that for you, they did that for you because
Yeah.
they're your friend and they love
Right.
you as a friend and they value you as a friend. So
Right.
I can say the friend zone is that area when a person of the opposite sex sees you as their friend, is not trying to pursue
A romantic
relationship
involvement
because
with
it's a zone.
Yeah.
When you move to just friend, then maybe.
Yeah.
It especially
Yeah.
in Kikuyu we call our partners Murata. So Murata is actually friend.
Yeah.
So when your parent says, "Is that your friend?" in Kikuyu, it's like, "That's your man."
Ah, really?
Right.
The Maggie Mugai Show will be right back.
Great to have you back. By your own definition, have you ever been in the friend zone, and how did you figure it out?
Yeah, and I have been friend zoned, but that one was not like a real friend zone because this person was literally asking for more than what friends should ask for. So
Okay.
there's a thin line.
Yeah.
There's a very thin line when someone is like friend zoning you and they're like, "I'm not ready for a relationship," but yet they are, yeah.
Now, I have to ask, is that necessarily a bad thing? I mean, don't we all want to have a friend for a life partner? Shouldn't it be really that's where it's starting? Why are we trying to escape the friend zone?
Wait, let's get this right. If someone is friend zoning you,
Yeah.
they're not seeing you as a potential partner. But if
Right.
someone is seeing you as a potential partner and they're trying to build a friendship, I feel like those are two different things.
Yeah.
Let's not confuse those two things.
Okay. Okay.
Because I'm trying to be your friend so that I get to know you,
Right.
understand you,
Right.
and then start a family with you. But it's not, I've put you in the friend zone, then one day I will unfriend zone you, and no, that's different.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Absolutely. Love that. Because a lot, the truth of the matter is when we think about moving forward into marrying someone, you always want that foundation of y'all having some things in common. Because I tell you what, I'm finding even in the body of Christ, folk be dating backwards. People are doing things the worldly way. Like there isn't that place of we're just brothers and sisters in Christ in church. Like I just get to know you as a brother in Christ,
Right.
sister in Christ,
Right.
and then we
Right.
can get to from there I get to know, oh my gosh, this guy, this is what he's about, this woman, this is what she's about, because if you do not know those basic things about somebody and you are going on the attraction of, oh, I just love how they look, well honey, I don't think attraction, physical looks, is going to sustain much of a relationship, and especially if we're talking long term, we're heading into marriage sort of thing.
No.
The Maggie Mugai Show will be right back.
The marriages that have been seen to last longest are actually arranged marriages. When you think about the rate of divorce in many places, so the commonalities that those people have are not necessarily a basis of friendship. It's a basis of mutual understanding for why they're building their homes and why they're building their families.
Yeah.
So it has nothing to do with like, oh my God, he's my best friend, I married my best friend. No. It's you and I are taking our generation to the next and to the next and to the next. You and I are setting up a family. They do have commonalities, however, because I did get to watch a series of Indian matchmaking.
Yeah.
And I can see like they look at, education background, they look at, social status. So no one is trying to climb up and get rich quickly with someone's family.
Right.
So yeah, But then if you think about it that way, like we're building our friendship so that we have a happy marriage, I like that idea. It's a good idea. However, the people who have been best friends for the longest time, the people who started dating in campus and were together for like 10 years, then got married and still got divorced. The people who have been, really good friends, because people grow, they change, they morph. So the point is that we got married because we are friends. We got married because we have something we're working towards, and because it glorifies God, and because we are serving one another. There are those things that make marriages last long. So that's sorry for friendship because of marriage. It's a personal opinion. I'm not for it. I'm for, do we have a common goal? Are we working on something together that's bigger than me and you and what I feel and what I want?
Yeah. It's funny you say arranged marriage, because in season 1, we had this sister, you may know her, Liz Okapo, that
love
is
her. She
love
is in
her. She was
the
on
Philippines
my show.
right now.
So she's what? She's half Kenyan, half Ugandan. Mainly lived in Kenya most of her life, and then her parents did an arranged marriage for her with the family in the Philippines.
Yes.
And they're what now? They're like what, 10, 12, is it 11 years married with 4 kids? And they're doing amazingly well.
Right.
So there is truth to this thing about one, having that common goal, and even the fact that that arranged marriages actually can work. And I know it's something that we tend to frown on, but when you think about it, I think, didn't our grandparents get married like that? I'm not sure if my parents got married like that, but I want to believe our grandparents married like that. No, didn't they?
Most of them, even they just met someone and they were like, this person could be a great partner because of their values, and they started their family. They didn't stay for 10 years building a friendship, 5 years friend zoning each other. They were like, I would like to marry you. And that was it.
Right. And
there was no hidden agenda. There was no, it just was what it was.
Yeah. So true. I think that's something that we're missing in this generation. And I think can I blame it on the internet? Because we've come so far now that we have so many people speaking to us, so many things speaking to us, advising us, telling us how to do life, and it's not necessarily in line with the way
the Bible
do it.
Yeah.
The Maggie Mugai Show will be right back.
Let's just pause and talk about Isaac for a minute.
Oh,
Isaac did not become best friends. He did not become best friends with his wife. And, like what? His dad sent the worker to go get him a woman who would be a good wife to his son. Yeah. And when Isaac saw his wife, when he saw her, he got comforted. Yeah. That's what it says. Yeah. He got comfort. Yeah. So there was no, even when we hear about Mary and Joseph, we don't hear about their long courtship. We hear that they were engaged to be married. Yeah, like they had been identified. However, they had hooked up, I don't know, but they had been identified for each other. Yeah. Yeah. So when all these stories for dating for 39 years, friend zoning, and he friend zoned me, then I moved out of the friend zone, and now we're dating.
Yeah. So, sir, what are your thoughts on this whole friend zone situation with what you've heard from us so far, and even some of the comments?
Oh yeah, so there are many zones, just that we are talking about friend zones today. I mean, there are some people there are different categories of zone. There's mentor zone. I don't know if you've seen that or heard that before. Some people used to mentor zone people. Some will pastor zone you. I mean, there are different zones. Some will even boss zone you. They will there are different zones. But yeah, we're talking about friend zone today. And I think friend zone is basically when there is interest between one person to the another person, but the other person is not reciprocating or is not finding it. I mean, so the feeling is not mutual.
Yeah.
The feeling is not mutual. It's just one person doing the liking, seeing the possibility,
Okay.
but the other person is not seeing it that way. And so that's where you see in situations like that, when the other person that is seeing the positive will be telling him or her that, yo, I want us to do stuff together. But the
Yeah.
other person say, nah, like, I didn't see you that way. You are like a brother to me.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they said those things. You're like a brother to me. You will have a very good spouse. When you hear statements like that, just know that no way, like there is no way for you. You'll be zoned there. Like you're zoned there. And so some people even tell you that I'm not good for you. I mean, someone has said that to me before.
Oh.
That that I'm not good for you. So hearing that first time just sets an alarm that what does that even mean?
Right.
That you're not good for me. So I mean, being human, I'm just saying, okay, let's iron this out. If you think that my goodness is too high for you,
Yes.
then we can level your own goodness up. Like you can match up with me.
Yes.
Right. So I'm just trying to let you know that no, like you can learn now, you can teach you now. I mean, whatever you want to do, I just want you to come up higher. Like just come up higher. But now I know better that that's not the meaning of what she is saying. What she is really saying is, Israel, go. I know what. like that's the literal meaning. But then I did not know, because when I heard that statement for the first time, I don't know what it means. Like, what do you mean you're no good? Is it that, by the way, nobody is good? Jesus Christ, like God is the only one that is good. So I don't know what that means. That, oh, Israel, I'm not good for you. I mean, but over time, I know better, and I know that the young lady has zoned me somewhere, and so all my prospects, all the good things I'm trying to let her see, she's not seeing it. Like
she's not.
She's on the other side of the world.
And, yeah.
The Maggie Mugai Show will be right back.
Totally. I hear you, and I love what you just pointed out. When that one of the ways you can know you've been friend zoned in that place where they don't see you as a potential somebody that they can be romantically involved with you is when they start telling you things like what you just said. I'm not good for you, or they even want to matchmake you with somebody, right?
Exactly.
Yes,
Exactly.
they start to matchmake you, or they even start to say things like, "Oh my God, I can't believe it. You of all people, why are you single? We need to find you a man. We need to find you a woman. So on and so forth." So this opposite sex is trying to tell you in translation, I'm not the one, but we're going to find you somebody to fit in those shoes. But then Miss Kerry Kagiri just made a powerful statement there, a point on that. Indeed, there can be a different kind of friend zone where truly y'all are in the friendship zone, okay? That is heading somewhere. We want to get to know each other. Remember when we did that show we were asking marry your friend, and we were asking what's that about? Because when you look at the internet right now, it's everybody is saying, oh, marry your friend. And Miss Kerry, I think you even said it when we talked to you in Life After Breakup, and we were asking the question, what the heck? What is this? We're being told to marry a friend. And then people are going back to maybe friends in school or maybe friends at work and so on and so forth. But I beg to differ, because I said, listen, and even Prophetess Kristen, who came in on that show, she said, listen, you want to be very careful about this thing about marrying a friend. And she literally said to us, you want to first of all make sure if that individual is a friend of God. And then make sure that they are God's will for you, because not all friends are the will of God for you.
Yeah.
So in unpacking the whole situation on friendship, we're not discounting that. Matter of fact, you want to have a friendship. You want to know this person without all the mushy romantic feelings involved, so that you can make a sound judgment. If you're just going from, hey, how you doing? I'm so and so, and the next thing y'all are doing, you're doing it the way the world does it, which is jump into bed, jump into things that you just missed it.
Yeah.
Let me bring Kerry in, because Kerry, you were saying something powerful about Israel, the son of Abraham. Isaac, in the son of Abraham, and how he met Rebecca. Talk to us about that. Talk to us about that, sis.
Well, I think people who have successful marriages, just like the ones we see in the Bible, marry for purpose, because marriage is not a thing for me to enjoy. I'm not saying we shouldn't enjoy marriage, but I feel like marriage is such a high calling. It's actually a calling. It's not a thing for, I met him, we fell in love, we got married. Because if you go in with that attitude, you're going to be disappointed, because people change, seasons change, life changes, things change. So if you think about marriage as a calling, as something that you're getting into for a purpose, and this is to set up generations, it is to build, faith, it is to exemplify what God talks about, Christ loving the church and the church submitting to Christ as a bride, then you'll be able to maybe enjoy marriage much more. And why I'm talking about that, and why we mentioned Isaac and Rebecca, is because they didn't have a courtship. Rebecca was brought to Isaac, but of course they could tell that she had good manners. Like, she was generous, she was kind, she was a good person. So of course is that those details that you look at, who is this person, just don't go pick anybody, to be honest. And then you pick this person, you have the similar interests, you have the similar mindset, and I know someone will go like, how do you know all these things without dating for 10 years? You can know. Because we know people by their fruit. So don't think that I see now you have to dig deeper by going for 30 dates. You go for 30 dates and someone will still put that front. And the day you get with them into the house is the day you realize, what did I just do? I've had so many married people tell me, you don't know your partner until they're your partner and you're living together. That's the time you know somebody. So all these things we do but anyway, the conversation today is about friend zone. So there was no friend zones in the Bible.
So
maybe someone can bring a friend zone
with what you're saying. But what you're saying, Miss Kerry, is you're basically saying if we're going to do it the Bible way, we need discernment. We're going to need discernment. You cannot do and mind you, marriage is a spiritual institute. You just said we're married for purpose, right? And if you think it's just, oh my God, he's cute, I'm cute, and we just make the perfect couple and everybody just likes our photos together, and then you think, oh my God, and you think that's what marriage is about. Listen, you're gonna get in there and then you're gonna be like, sorry, I'm out of here. Okay, but like you said, if this is purpose, now you're going to need to first of all discern, like you rightly said. This is a purposeful thing. It's an assignment. We're not saying you're not going to enjoy your spouse, you're not going to enjoy the other person that you are involved with, but we're saying if it's purpose driven, if it is God-centered, you're going to have to do things totally different from how the world tells us to do relationships. And I think that's critical. It's really critical for us as Christians to understand that, because again, just like we had the Okutepas, the last show in season 2, they were unpacked for us the place of mentorship before enduring marriage. Whew. Now that was a show and a half. That was powerful. Minister Israel, please come on in, sir, with your comment or question.
There's no friend zone in the Bible. I'm not sure I've seen anyone. And I think it's just a pop culture thing. It's a generational thing. So I'm not sure it's existing back there. And going by the show that you have with the Winlow's mom over the week, I think
Yeah.
it's also this conversation has to do with our generation, because back in the days you're not seeing cohabitation in the Bible. Like Mary was not cohabiting with Joseph, even though Bible let us know that those guys have tendency they want to get married, but they are not cohabiting.
No, they were not.
Right? They are not. And so I believe that by the time we're trying to bring the context of Bible, our generation we're just trying to modify the Bible to suit ourselves. Like we want to extract from the Bible and just use the one that will suit us. We are not falling to the latter, right? So friend zone, it's really not in the Bible. So it's a generational thing, and I believe that if you're a guy and you see a lady, you should know there should be boundaries. Like even as a lady that is your friend, that you're relating with, you should relate with her with boundaries.
Yeah.
And as a guy too, if you see that a lady is coming into your life as a friend, there should be boundaries, because when boundaries are not defined, that's when we tend to miss up things. And so the issue of friend zoning or not communicating appropriately, or someone is not showing interest, I believe if boundaries is put in place, some of those things may not happen. Because if you're coming into my life, I should be able to ask you, okay, what are you coming to do?
True.
We cannot just be friends and will not have feelings. I mean, we are human, for goodness sake.
Yeah.
We are human. And as a guy, I need to speak for my gender now. When you see somebody that is attractive, you see a lady that is polished, that is set, that is, oh my goodness, you will feel something. And so even if you're seeing her as a friend, I mean, feelings will come up. You want to say, this lady, we have everything set. She's my friend. She can talk to me. We vibe. We go out together. What else do you want? I mean, the first thing that will come to your mind is go ask her house. Like, there's possibility. Go ask her house.
Yeah.
So I think that's what happened to my gender, because by the time they are friends with somebody, they see that this lady clicks, like it checks all the boxes. Anytime she wants to gossip, it will come to me, like it's going to call you. And you just see that sometimes you have conversation 2 hours, 3 hours. You're not in a relationship, but you have conversation, and the conversation is so organic. Nobody is forcing anybody on each other. Like, you're just real, you're genuine, you're doing. And so, by the time you build those momentum over time, the thing that will come to your head is, even if it's not from you, your friends will take your head, guy, what are you doing with this babe? Just ask her out, because both of you are couples already. Like, it's just like there's no agreement, but because there are some people that are actually in relationship that are not making, like, they're not communicating like this.
Yeah.
Right. So I believe that in our zone, like in our life, we should be able to put some boundaries in place. And so if you know that you don't have ulterior motive for this person, don't keep long conversation. I mean, just do it once in a while, then go back to your space, so that to avoid all those unnecessary stories, unnecessary conversation, because either we like it or not, communication actually brings intimacy. Like, it brings intimacy. Yeah, by the time you keep communicating, conversing with somebody, that intimacy will be built over time. And so some guys don't know how to manage it, although there are some intimacy that you don't need to follow through. I mean, you know that you need to draw back. You just need to draw back. But everybody wants to pursue that. But generally, I believe we should put boundaries. It will help us to know what to do with people per time. Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. Kerry, you want to add anything to that?
Yeah, I just want to say the word friend zone doesn't come without the word time wasters. Let's just be clear. Okay. This is why. Because I think women, we men, humans, but I meant women, we want what we want, and sometimes we use every sign and everything to convince ourselves that this person wants more. So this person is nice to you, so what? They're a nice person. Why are you assuming?
Sure.
Men love to mark their territory. If a man wants to be with you in a relationship, there will nothing be like friend zone. He will be clear. You are my woman. This is what we are doing, and this is where we are going. I'm telling you the truth. Please don't. Anyway, let me keep quiet.
Did you see the post with Steve Harvey when he was with Gayle King and Oprah Winfrey?
If a man loves you, this is the beginning of it. He's willing to profess it. He'll give you a title after a while. You're going to be his lady, his woman, his fiance, his wife, his baby's mama, something.
Yes.
But if he's introducing you after 6 months, this is Oprah. You should be standing there going, this is going nowhere.
And he was like, listen, if a man after 6 years is not giving you a title, like an intentional title, even trying to say this is what I'm doing with this individual, just know that they're just wasting your time. You're so right.
You said six years.
Yes, he said 6 months. 6 months. He said 6 months in the video. Yeah, that's it.
Don't make me fake, Joe. Don't make me fake,
6 years?
Joe.
Are you kidding me?
I'm like,
6 years. 6 years. Listen, with 6 years, umenichezea akili, umenichezea.
it's a
how do you say my emotions?
Guys,
You know,
it's a
like,
PhD.
seriously.
It's a PhD. Well, no, we're not doing that. It's a whole undergraduate for medicine.
Yeah.
No. It's a no for me.
No. It's a no for me. It's a no for me.
The Maggie Mugai Show will be right back.
Yeah.
And you know, when you were saying about even the assumption, the place of assumption, I like something Adam would always say to us. There was our contributor in season 1, and she always used to say, assumption is the lowest form of intelligence. Like if you all you do is assume things, you are really operating in low-level intelligence, and it's going to get you in trouble. It's really going to get you in trouble, because when it comes, especially with emotions, you can't just be assuming things. And I think there's a place where it's worth speaking up. You know, we had Pastor Stephen on the lies of the dating phase. Oh, Miss Kerry, you would love that show. You would love his book. And he was big on guarding, like what Minister Israel was saying about the boundaries. You know, the boundaries, like you don't want to be kidnapped emotionally, okay? Don't be kidnapped. Go for it, Minister Israel. Go for it, sir.
No, like that sounds a bit. Don't be kidnapped emotionally. Wow.
Yeah, and then at the end of the day, as far as you're concerned, you're thinking that you are in a relationship, but then at the end of it all, they turn around and be like, so sis, it's been wonderful. I just wanted to hand you over my wedding invitation. And you're like, guy, I'm dying. Like, whoa. You're going in. You want to be careful of such. You want to, Miss Kerry. Miss Kerry, your thoughts on that, please.
It's never gonna be me, and it should not be you, dear friends. I think I've even reposted that assumption is the lowest level of intelligence. Don't make an assumption. Things should be clear, as clear as day. And I think there's a time, how many years ago? Maybe 2019, there's a guy who used to do all these things for me, like literally. He found out what's my favorite cake flavor, he bought it. If I need to go anywhere, he would drop me. Even one day he kissed my forehead and I was like, oh my God, I'm getting married. It's happening. Thank you, Jesus. You know. And literally I was like, no, we've never addressed this thing. Like, are we at the, we're getting to 2020. What's happening? And he said, right now I'm still selfish. I just don't have like the space to like have a woman in my life. And me, I was like, yeah, but you love me. You know, like, I'm like, all these signs, you need me. Like, you need me. Yeah. And I went on for another whole year with that rubbish. Yeah, I did it. I was stupid. But my friend Josh Fernandez actually commented, and he said, Kerry is spewing wisdom because she has experience. Maggie, Israel is looking at me like he didn't expect that from me. But there are these times when someone is so in your space where you're just like, this person will just pop the question randomly one day, you know?
Yeah.
To the point where it's like, oh yeah, my mom has been asking, we hang out a lot. My mom has been asking about this girl who's in my life.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God, maybe I go to the moms. Never happened.
Wow.
So
After
I've
all
been
that,
there,
after all that effort.
And when a guy says he's not in the space, just believe it.
Yes.
And start move on. Be there as a friend. Don't be there hoping and working harder and making the meals better and dressing nicer and smelling better. It's not gonna change.
Yeah.
Israel. Mr. Israel is shaking his head too hard. What's up, bro?
Yeah. Talk to us.
Yeah, so I agree with what you said, that if a guy is giving you a no, just take that as a no. You can't change him. There's nothing you can improve on yourself that is going to change his mind. I mean, when a guy just tell you something, just hold him according to his word, because guys know what they want. And yes, I also what you said about showing signals. There are some people that just want to be available. I mean, you can call them, you want to discuss, they'll be available. You want to go out, they will be available. Like, I remember then, I have a friend that wants to be calling me for us to go eat pizza. I mean, yeah, we'll go to the Bonnie Pizza. Any restaurant that will see that is fancy, you just call me. Oh, and so I told her that it's true that I have the gift for eating. Like, I have capacity to eat. Like, I eat effortlessly. Just give me the food. I like to eat. I'm not a foodie, disclaimer. I'm not a foodie. But I have the grace to eat, right?
We all.
So, when there are new restaurants and you want to explore anything, he knows that Israel is the go-to guy. Like, so he always come. And by the way, my own is just go and eat. It's not like I'm paying. I'm not paying for the meal. Just come along. So I'm available. But it got to a point that I needed to let her know that, this thing we are doing every week, sometimes even during the week, you call me and say, let's go eat pizza, let's go try this meal. I know it's good, but I need to put boundaries to it, because people are seeing us together. People will think we are dating. People will think we're in a relationship. However, we are not. Like, we are just food bestie, if I could put it that way. Like, it's food that is a common factor. But what I'm trying to say is I needed to make that communication clear so that we know what we are doing. So that for me, obviously, I've started having all these couscous in my heart, in my lungs, and so I know I cannot contain it for a long time. So that's why I made that clear. That what are we really doing? So I believe that everybody should be able to make that conversation. See, you will know by the time you are with somebody and you see that the temperature is changing gradually, you will know that this thing is moving to another dimension. Like, you will know, you will sense it. So those are the moments that just get culture. Call the person. He asked them again, but you, what do you say is I am? Like, who do you say I am? Thank God for Peter. Peter was able to say, oh, you are the Messiah, you are the Son of the living God. So I believe that assumption, like, you need to clear. Don't assume for people. You can assume that this is your friend. It might not be your friend. You can assume that this person is going to be your partner. I mean, he's not seeing you that way, right? He's not seeing you that way. So there's a need to have that conversation just so that we are clear, just so that you're on the same page, know what we are in for. If it's
that's the other assumption.
After that food, I'm not your bae, I'm not your guy. You agree. Let's just have that concept. Let's be on the same page. So it's good to clear that ground.
Yeah. Kerry, jump in, sis. You were about to say something.
I'm just saying that's the other assumption on the other side, where we eat, we do these things, and you're assuming now you're off the market. And it's like, who did you tell?
Yeah.
Who did you tell? So there's that other extreme. But topic, I like to go back to the topic, friend zone.
Yes.
If you're in the friend zone, please enjoy yourself. There are people who have friends, maybe married people, who actually have male friends.
Okay.
And I don't know if they're there waiting for the marriage to break down or what. Because you can see the effort is too much.
Hey!
Yeah,
Okay.
the effort is too much. Or even people who are in relationships and you know this person is in a relationship, but your effort is too much. Like, calm down. Like, just, yeah, like boundaries. Like, I have a partner, just, yeah. I'm like, friends don't eat together every day. I remember a friend of mine who was like, oh, we just bumped into each other in town and we had coffee. I'm like, weren't you guys going anywhere? Like, you just bumped into each other in town and said, let's sit down in this restaurant and have coffee. You know, like, there are things that are just ridiculous. I'm like, let's just be serious.
Yeah.
Let's be serious
Yeah.
with how we had. Also, other things that kind of move you, you know, make the friend zone shifty is money.
Okay.
So the friend zone has this, the friend zone has this level where you're just a friend. Like, calm down. Like, just know your position, you know?
Yeah.
Like, there are women who, you know, you have a, let's say you're dating someone, but they feel entitled to this person's money. There are friends who even in the opposite, like a man and a girl and a lady, you know. So like, the friend zone is a friend zone. Like, just know yourself.
Yes.
And know where you are.
Yes.
And know what you're not entitled to. I don't use that word.
Yeah.
Your job, bro.
Yeah,
Job
like,
That's
know your
amazing.
JD.
Yeah.
Yes, know your terms of reference. TOR.
Yeah.
And stick it out.
And
stick
stay
it out.
there. Stay in your lane.
Yeah.
Stay in your lane. Stay in your lane.
The Maggie Mugai Show will be right back.
You know, I so love that, sis. I really agree with that, because folk just be misconstruing stuff, and it doesn't have to be that complicated. And I love what you just even mentioned now, because in as much as this is geared towards the singles who are currently like single or maybe in a relationship, but even like you rightly said with the married, I'm sorry, there some of those friends that you have, the way they are involved with you, it would make your partner, your husband, your wife uncomfortable. I think it was during one of those premarital classes with the Okutepas, and they rightly said, we're not saying once you get married, you discard all your friends from when you were single, but they basically highlighted the fact that your spouse has to equally be friends with your friends. So everybody is operating on, you can't just say, I'm just this person's friend. And especially when it has to do with the opposite sex, you want to be very, very careful. You want to be very careful. If as a lady, as a married woman, if your friend out there, your so-called best friend, I'm wondering why it's not your husband that's your best friend, and you have a friend out there as a guy, and that guy is not a friend to your husband, listen, sister, something's wrong. Something is wrong. Because first of all, you're just that your husband might not say it, or even the person that you're involved with in a relationship moving forward, going toward marriage, they may not say it, right? But you want to be careful on just how do they feel about this? It's not that they're insecure, but like Minister Israel said, listen, there's a situation about boundaries here, boundaries. And that comes with some of the things that you're going to have to put in place going forward. Are you already married, or are you really in a serious relationship and you guys are even talking marriage, you're going somewhere? You have to respect those boundaries. If not, you are setting yourself up for a crash. Like, seriously.
Maggie, I just want to jump in. I think that friend thing is the only dynamic that shifts in marriage, because being dating and your partner's friends are his friends.
Yes.
They won't be your friend. You just do one wrong thing, that's when you know you're on your own. They like all of a sudden act like, oh, you're our friend, nothing. So maybe in marriage that shifts to be like they're now our friends because they're trying to help us stay together.
Yeah,
but there are people who are the same mind frame who love marriage as well and love the institution and respect it. But no, in dating, your man's friends or your girl's friends are her friends. I see how my friends look at guys dating. Like, we're just about to pounce and kill you. Like, we get an opportunity.
Yeah, see, what I mean by that is, especially when y'all have gone so far, you're now heading like to that place. Y'all are literally going to the altar. Okay. I think at that point the dynamics have to change, seriously. Right. And of course, like you rightly said, in marriage, definitely the dynamics have to change because listen, two are now one. So you just want to take care of that. Minister Israel, please feel free to jump in.
So I want to talk about the friendship thing. I believe that as we grow older, we'll have an understanding of who a friend is to us. And so one of the things that makes us friendly or have this person as our friend is because we have a similar value, we have sometimes similar interests, and so your friends knows you. They know who you are. They know how to support you because they have an understanding of who you are.
Yeah.
So bringing that into marriage, I believe that your spouse too will be part of your friend. Well, you might not have started the friendship for a long time, but for you to be doing life together, for you to be deciding to do life together with somebody, it means that that person have an understanding of who you are, your values, your interests, your belief, and all of that. So friendship generally, in and outside marriage, I believe it's a community of like minds, right?
Yeah.
So your friend or your husband, it's not be difficult for your spouse or your significant other to be friends with your friend because he knows the type of friends you have. Also, your friends, it's not be difficult for your friends to be friends with your spouse because they know the type of person you will marry. They know the type of person you are, and they know the type of person you are allowed in your life. Right, so this thing is fishy or dicey in situation where people actually they will tell you they are one, but if you look at them in another way, they are representing two, like people that are not real, they are not straightforward, right? So it's situation like that people find it difficult to even introduce their friend to their spouse, like because they're not proud of their friends, like they're not proud of the materials that is made up of their friends, right? And so when you know that everything is intact, you know who you are, you know the person that you call friends. And when I mean friends, not just bestie, because see that word bestie, I don't know the origin, but really there are some bestie that are just bestie, like they're just bestie. They're not really bestie, they are bestie because when you check them, I don't know. Some people just say they have bestie, but bestie that have no understanding of who you like, they don't know you. You are just coming together, forming hashtag. You're just besting on Instagram, on social media, but they don't have an understanding of your life. I believe, I mean, life is much more than that. So there's a difference between friends and bestie, acquaintances, all of these things. We should be able to just segment it and know the real deal so that we'll know what we'll work with. Yeah.
Oh, wow. I love that. I absolutely love that. And can I just say it's true because some of these besties, they don't know nothing about you. I used to feel like once you've known somebody for so long that, that qualifies them to be a bestie. But I had to change my mind on that. No, there's people can be in your life. Y'all can like be friends from back in the day and they still don't get you, you know? They don't understand where, because guess what? Just like Minister Kerry was saying, that people change. And they're not necessarily changing as in, well, not necessarily a physical look. We're talking even the way they change, they think. When this is changing, when the mindset, the way you think, the way you process things, you know, how's your outlook on this particular thing? Listen, that will also determine who are the friends that you need to be keeping. Because if you have friends that are not on the same mindset that you are in, woo, it's going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem. And that dawned on me a couple of years ago. And I was like, we've been together for a very long time, but I can see that this is not going anywhere.
Right.
You know, and these are just girlfriends. These are sisters, you know, that we've been together. But I could see that where I was at and where they're at mentally processing things and the conversations we were having.
Far. Very far.
Yeah. So in coming back to what we were saying about the whole friend zone, Minister Kerry has pointed out two things for us. There are two types of friend zone, guys. There's the friend zone where they generally just do not see you as somebody that they can be romantically involved with. And then there's the other kind of friend zone that indeed y'all are friends. Y'all are just trying to get to know each other and take things to the next level. Because yeah, indeed,
Right.
you want that. You want that. So you're gonna have to be able to know where you at in this whole in this whole thing. Like Minister Israel said, he had this person that they could just go out and have pizza, go check out the best restaurants, and so on and so forth. And that's good, but you want to be careful because y'all could end up in a situationship.
True.
Yeah.
And I don't want that. I don't want that for myself.
No. There's just something about being defined. I think this is so important, people. Listen, don't be ashamed. Ladies, guys, speak out. Listen, let me share this thing I heard. I was, I think, a bunch of girlfriends that were just discussing it. I saw it online. It was on TikTok. And they were talking about how this particular lady has been getting this guy who is obviously interested in her, as romantically interested, right? But guess what? She was taking advantage of that and getting him to do things for her. Now, he's coming from a place of, I'm doing this because I really like her. I want to woo her, so on and so forth. But she's also coming from that place of, I know he likes me, but I'm going to milk this one for all that I can get. Listen, that's wrong. That's wrong. That's wrong. You can't do that to people's lives. Like, this is wrong, straight out wrong. You do not want to be in that position where you are continuing to feed that individual's acts or gestures of kindness that are geared to showing you or wooing you that they're interested in you, and then you just keep using that. And then when they say to you, sis, I'd like to take you out, and it's more like just you and I. And then suddenly it's like, oh no, that's not who I am to you. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Please respect people's feelings. Like, it's just, that's just wrong. Straight out wrong, okay?
The Maggie Mugai Show will be right back.
I love what Creative Blue Stack says. For me, I think any friendship should be destiny based. The foundation should be centered on destiny, which inspiration must be prompted by the Holy Spirit. I love that so much.
Yeah.
And even as I think about, just my closing remark as we wind down is, just remember, everything you do has a consequence. And so how you treat people is so important, even to God, because God values this person. And so you're out there, especially the story you've just given, it's just so sad. And even that the guy couldn't take a hint and just respect himself. Sometimes respect yourself enough to want more for yourself and to want someone who wants you as much as you want them. I don't think the whole dating thing is about a chase and a convincing. It's nice, but that's another topic for a whole other day. Just respect yourself. And if you're in the friend zone, respect yourself. Be there as a friend. If you feel it's too painful for you to watch this friend prospering in another relationship, walk away. Let's just be kind to each other. God is watching us. God is watching. I'm done. That's my that's my outro. Bless you guys.
Minister Israel, over to you, sir. Over to you.
All right, yeah. Thank you, ma'am. So I believe that everybody deserves respect. So you should respect yourself. If you think you've been zoned, you've been friend zoned, stop pouring water in empty baskets. Right? There's no possibility for you again. Just respect yourself and just, if you know you're not comfortable with that, if you know you're not okay with that, just respect yourself enough and take a step backward. You're worthy of love. You deserve love. And just like Ms. Kagri said, this thing should be organic. You don't need to force it before it happens. Yeah. There will be a lot of people that will want you, a lot of people that will appreciate you, right? So you need to have that understanding that it's not by force. Like, this is, you don't need to fight things here. If you know you're not appreciated, there will be a lot of people that will appreciate you. But yeah, generally, if you know you've been zoned, just take a walk, find a way around it. You don't need to get stuck up there because it's actually be difficult for you to handle.
Yeah, I love that. Well, hey guys, this is it. We're going to wrap it up. We're going to leave it here, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate Minister Kerry, Minister Israel. Thank you, sir, for being here. Take care, people of God. We love you. This is it from myself, from my contributors. We're saying good night and God bless you. Take care and see you next week. Bye.
This is the Maggie McGuire Show.